Now let me introduce myself. My name is Sefti Sundari with student number 424100876. Now I make this video for midterm test of English, which is the topic about handicraft of Indonesia. And this video I'm going to tell about batik dress. Okay, let's get into the explanation. Batik is a unique fabric art that has a special factoring process. In this making, the plain fabric is decorated with image or patterns using special technique. Then through an exclusive process, the fabric become characterized. Batik in Indonesia has been known since the Majapahit era and became popular in the late 8th century. Besides being closely related to the Majapahit era, batik is also closely related to the spirit of Islam in Java. In some records, the development of batik was carried out during the Mataram Kingdom, then developed during Surakarta and Yogyakarta Kingdom. In the past, batik was made on a limited basis. It could only be done in the palace and result were only the clothes of king and his family and followers. The large number of countries who live outside the palace made this batik habit carried by them outside the palace and done in their respective place of residence. Later on, this batik craft became widespread and it became the work of women at home to fill their spare time taking care of the household. Batik is an Indonesian cultural heritage recognized by UNESCO because batik will symbolize and philosophy the life of Indonesian pattern has a certain meaning in a community activity. UNESCO officially recognized batik on October 2, 2009, which is why every October 2, the Indonesian people commemorate use National Batik Day by wearing batik. There are 3 techniques for making batik, namely batik tulis, batik cap, and batik printing. Batik also various motifs including parang, kawung, truntum, ceplok, semen, grising, and leweng, which each motif has its own philosophical meaning. Like for example, the batik ayus, batik kawung motif, has a philosophical meaning. Like for example, the batik ayus, batik kawung motif, has a philosophical meaning that his repeating circle, like that, resemble a plum fruit, which is symbolize balance, justice, and recency. The batik that I use made with the technique of batik cap. The tools and materials needed to make batik cap are stamp table, baking sheet, stove, stamp batik motif, mori cloth, and malam. Here, how to make batik cap. Pour all the main ingredients of the candle into a pan on a little stove with a toaster on it. Heat all ingredients for a few moments. The print wax on a batik wax mold. Let wax the ink the mold until it's completely. Then, measuring and cutting the mori fabric as needed. Then, the batik cap is inserted into the liquid malam. The canting cap is then applied with sufficient pressure on the mori cloth that has been prepared earlier. After the painting process on the fabric is complete, then the mori fabric will be subject to coloring process by dipping this mori fabric into a tank containing the color that has been selected. Then the process of pouring the DD. After the coloring process, the next process is a removal of the malam liquid motif file through the process of boiling the fabric. The last process of making batik is drying. Drying batik in the shade and airtight so that the color remains durable. After the making of the batik cloth is complete, the batik cloth can be made into clothes. The materials need batik cloth, sewing machine thread, sewing needle, cut metal, cut scissor, and cloth cowl. How to make clothes with batik cloth? First, determine the pattern and size of the desired clothes. Second, draw the clothing pattern on pattern paper. Third, cut the fabric according to the pattern. Fourth, sew the fabric pieces according to the pattern. And the last, sew button if you want to be buttoned up. That's all for me. Thank you so much for your attention.